Hi friends, this is Dainty Tank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Starry Flowers. This is part 4 in our series. Bella poked at her in the arcade area. See the rest of it, including the adorable date we just went on. Adorable date that ended with falling asleep on his shoulder in the park. So we'll see how that goes. Continuing. Boop. Okay. Periwinkle wakes up in his bed the next morning, alone. Pastel. No response. No evidence of him either. None of his clothes laying about. No blankets out of place. I'm wearing pajamas, so I don't remember changing into them. In fact, I don't remember coming home at all. Did I fall asleep then? I vaguely remember being carried, but do you get carried back? He pauses, and then suddenly throws the covers off himself and leaps from bed. He truly isn't here! And he changed my clothes. Was I conscious for that? I fell asleep before we could fuck? Yeah, you missed out. Periwinkle paces around his room, desperately running through the events of the previous night. We were on our way here, we stopped to rest, but it's so comfortable that I this is unheard of. This is the first time something like this has ever happened. Where you were comfortable enough to fall asleep? Yeah. We had such a nice day together. The perfect date, really. Should have ended with a bang. Normally it would have. We both very much wanted to. So how could I have let myself fall asleep like that? No, there's no need to panic. I simply lost track of time. We had been walking around all day. Of course, I would have been worn out by the end of it. I should have accounted for that. A simple mistake. One that completely nullified all the tension I had so gradually built up. Had I gotten lost in the performance then? Or you kind of, had a good date, felt comfortable, and let yourself fall asleep, cuddled up to the one that you love? The romantic flourish meant only to heighten the intensity and the passionate night to come. Except, it wasn't just a romantic flourish, was it? It's roleplay. Pretend. The only thing genuine about it is the lust, and that it masks. For me to have reached a point of satisfaction before the intended finale would mean it was just a legitimate romantic date. Periwinkle stops in his tracks, turns back toward the bed, and crawls under the covers, wrapping himself up in them. Have I ever had one of those before? I mean, I certainly didn't expect every date to end in a sexual encounter. Sometimes a partner just isn't ready, or sometimes something comes up. It isn't like it's owed. No, it's that whenever we even reach the bedroom, that's never happened. The thought that sinks in. Periwinkle slowly unwraps himself from his blankets and sits up in bed. I'm overreacting. Yes, I'm merely embarrassed that I had to be carried home and tucked into bed, to be taken care of like that. Usually I'm the one who takes care of things. Now I'm feeling ridiculous. Something isn't right here. There has to be an explanation. It's safe to admit at this point that I am very sensitive to matters that involve Pastel. It's like you love him or something, boy. But where did that begin? It couldn't have just started just the other day. Things were relatively normal, though I was seeing him quite often. More so than other partners in the past. This has progressed too far beyond casual. What could have caused this? He thinks for a moment before walking out of his bedroom with purposeful strides. Coming immediately to the bookcase, he tosses a few things aside and pulls down the box of his favorite perfumes. He then carefully extracts the bottle filled with the pale pink liquid. You must be the culprit. You, the thing I created and that I just teased him with and slowly fell in love with the boy who I teased him with. The aphrodisiac. No, love potion. It's a love potion. I wanted to see Pastel's reaction when I called it that. An inconsequential little joke. But it's kept coming up. There must be something to it. Could the peach blossoms yesterday have further amplified its effects. Yes, it all makes sense now. It's all making sense now? Because it's as magic as a sense thing. Yeah, okay. Whether it be by my own magic or some kind of chain reaction with pastels, I'm somehow unintentionally created a scent that invokes romantic obsession in witches. There's research to be done. I have to put an end to these artificially inspired feelings. They're not artificial, honeybee. I'll create an anti-aphrodisiac then, something to cancel out its effects. At some point, everything will have to go back to normal. There's no problem at all. Not a problem. Convinced by his new theory, Periwinkle dresses himself and heads out to find a solution. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Okay, you are acting like royalty, so I'm gonna give you the royal treatment. Flowers, fairy wings, sparkles, cattail, lovely hearts, angel wings. I do like the lovely hearts because you are of the fact in love. White ribbons, maybe? Oh no, let's give you light earrings. Light earrings and lovely hearts. There we go. Okay. I head directly to the potion supply shop just a few blocks away. It's brimming with reference materials, though I usually only come to purchase magic containers, the vials, to hold my perfumes. Navigating their shelves of spell manuals and encyclopedias, I find myself somewhat overwhelmed. But soon the shopkeeper comes to my aid. Am I ready? Good afternoon, Periwinkle. And what might you be looking for today? New bottles, a book, or perhaps me. That was cute. Me. I'm ready. It's lovely to see you, but I'm strictly here for business. Playing the professional today, I see. Your loss. Few witches have ever come to my level of flirty energy, but Amaretti is one of them. We may have fooled around at a party once or twice, but who's to say? As much as her company would be a welcome distraction, I'm afraid removing my self-inflicted curse takes priority. There is actually something you could help me with. But first, would you happen to know anything about aphrodisiacs? Aphrodisiacs, magic that sways the heart and stimulates the libido. They do end up being classified as dark magic because of the manipulative aspects, but a few popular spellbooks happen to contain instructions for consensual usage. Is that what you're looking for? Yes, or rather, assuming there's books also contained instructions for canceling the effects. Did something go wrong in the bedroom? You can tell me, nothing to be embarrassed about. I want the goss. No, it's much more complicated than that. Which spellbooks did you say I could find this information in? I'd like to look through them if possible. You're lying to me, aren't you? You just want to learn these spells to spice things up in the bedroom. Not everything is related to sex, Emirati. Periwinkle, like 98% of you is related to sex, so yes. She's got you literally nailed. Literally nailed. I see. Love? No, you aren't the type. Come on. Why won't you tell me? I can't help if you won't give me more details. Give me the goss. Give me the goss. All I want to know is whether or not aphrodisiac-induced feelings of romantic love can be nullified. The details aren't important. So it is love. Why does she insist on wasting my time? A large, resounding thud from down the aisle startles both Emirati and Periwinkle. The pair looks to see a shorter witch standing there fuming. Nasty witch. If I had to listen to you ignoramuses babble on for another second, I'm going to lose it. There was another customer here. How long have they been listening? First off, stop conflating everyday shacks and love potions. They're entirely separate categories. Are you coming in to tell us all of the truths? Oh, thank you for correcting our little nerds. A witch who sells potion supplies should at least know that much. You sell a whole book about it right here. She gestures to the thick tome she had slammed onto the floor at the beginning of the outburst. So that's the one I was thinking of. You'll find everything you need to know about canceling your love spell in there. Periwinkle. No, you won't. He won't? Because it's not a freaking love spell to begin with. I find it majorly unlikely someone's been able to pull off a spell like that when I've been trying for literally years. Oh my god. This is your life passion. This is your special interest. Hello, neurodivergent little witch baby. You're titled nasty, but I don't think you're nasty. I think you are just fuming because they are getting your special interest wrong. Ah, well thank you. That certainly answers my question. Since you're familiar with these things, I must ask, if it's not a love spell, could it have been a side effect of some other type of magic? Ha! A side effect? You think it's so easy it could have been tacked on just like that? No. Placebo effect is more like it, in which case, all you need to do is stop thinking about it and it'll go away. Dumbass. Oh really? That saves me so much trouble. Thanks for the advice. I'll stop thinking about him. Like that's possible. If the shopkeeper would have done her research. The witch's angry shouts fade into placated mumbles as she storms out of the shop. You handled that so well. You should work in retail. Good job handling an irate, absolutely uncontrollable customer. Thank you for that. You should work for me. Oh, so I'm the one in need of a new career now? After that exchange? Emirati gives a nervous laugh and steps away to return the spellbook to its proper shelf. After bidding her farewell, Periwinkle exits the shop to begin his short walk home. Placebo. Of course it was just a placebo. Should have thought of it sooner. There was never any cause for alarm. This is just like before. Has nothing to do with Pastel. He just happens to be the one my mind is fixating on. It's precisely as that temperamental little witch said. If I stop thinking about him, the problem will resolve on its own. And so, I must take a few days to focus on myself. At least until I can find my way out of this odd state I've ended up in. Uh-huh. Operation Stop Thinking About Pastel, Day 1! Let's see, the optimal distracting task would be... work, of course. Perhaps I could begin with transforming aroma I thought of yesterday. Oh, but the idea came about during our date. I should be avoiding any and all memories tied to him at the moment. This may prove more difficult than I anticipated. No matter, I'll just warm up with a nice bergamot scent for now. Periwinkle retrieves a few empty vials from his box of perfume supplies and readies his wand. But instead of the bright green drops he expected, what comes out is a familiar pale pink. Peach? Oh, that isn't right at all. He seals the bottle and moves on to the next, which, much to his dismay, yields the same result. Okay, magic is tied to emotions. I mustn't get frustrated, I have to focus. Deep breaths. It never helps to force it, just imagine the desired scent and... He tries for a third time, and yet... Peach again! This is a waste of supplies. So much for my attempted diligence. If I couldn't conjure other scents, I'll have to find something else to occupy my time. Haha! Housework! I can finally get those chores done around here. Nothing could possibly distract me from finishing them today. They are the distraction. Oh, that's right. I still need to do laundry. Had laundry to put away, didn't I? Periwinkle walks into the bedroom to face the pile of clothes he hadn't folded yet. Whenever I tell myself I'll get to it later, I tend to leave it for days. But the single large pile he expected wasn't there. Instead, it was split into two, with one half already neatly folded. Oh, I do remember making this much progress. I don't remember making this much progress. No, that's because certain someone folded for you. No, Pastel did this, didn't he? When he came to pick me up yesterday. Curses, he's too good. Can't touch this right now. Periwinkle covers the pile of neatly folded clothes with the rest of the unfolded ones in retaliation. Take that, clothes. There, one last reminder to worry about. Now I'm going to have to think of something else to do. Something else to do that's not Pastel. So far, my attempts at forgetting about Pastel have been completely futile. But that's perfectly fine. No one said it was going to be easy. Ironically, the more you tell yourself not to think of something, the more your mind is going to be enticed by it. I mustn't let this consume me. I have to find a way to relax. A nice bath should help calm my nerves. Later that evening, I'm feeling so refreshed I could do just about anything. I should try cooking for myself tonight. Now there's a task that requires my full attention. Periwinkle opens the fridge for ideas. A pint of milk, a few cups of yogurt, some eggs, whipped cream. There isn't much in the ways of meals in here. This is why I never cook. Oh, but I could try making an omelet. Breakfast for dinner. Ooh, what fun. Periwinkle carefully reaches for the eggs, then pauses. Actually, can I cook without magic? He turns to face the stove. This burner, is this the kind you'd light with a spell? I'm far too nervous my magic is going to come out smelling of peaches again. Periwinkle slams the fridge shut. Forget cooking! What was I thinking? I'm not cut out to be a chef. Pastel, on the other hand. No. Thinking of him in this delightful domestic context is especially bound. Because you want your boyfriend to cook you a meal. That's okay. No matter how much I want to eat his cooking now, he's obviously the type to be good at it. This is depressing. I'm already right back to where I started. I'll just order takeout. Periwinkle goes to bed that night, utterly incapable of forgetting about Pastel. Operation Seriously Do Not Think About That Boy! Day 2. I've tried working, I've tried doing chores, I've even tried to cook, all miserable failures. That's why today, I'm taking drastic measures. Complete escapism. I'm returning to my roots. I'll reread one of my favorite series, if nothing else. It should make a nice source of inspiration. Periwinkle pulls out a volume 1 of a certain manga from his bookshelf. Oh, Fabric of Our Love! How many years has it been? That sounds so adorable, and I love the little manga art. This is why NomNomNami's stuff is so good. It's just the details of now I'm going to just draw a manga and create a whole manga series with an adorable little front page, all drawn in my style. Just the details are so phenomenal and I love it so much. The dresses were always drawn so beautifully in the series. I still think of them from time to time. It's the story of a girl who's fallen for a handsome prince, standard fare for the types of manga I read. Her mother is a talented seamstress who designs all sorts of dazzling gowns for her to wear, and when the prince sees her in one, he becomes smitten with her. At first, she's in heaven. This is the prince of her dreams. But she soon wonders if the prince is only attracted to the dresses, the glamour, and not the poor girl underneath. Until the prince reveals, oh, I shouldn't spoil it, the ending is too sweet! After admiring the cover art for a while, Periwinkle finally opens the book and begins to read. Oh, it's so cute! Oh, I was just talking about the details of NomNomNami, and this is specifically just a great example of it. The whole change to a manga art style is so phenomenal. I love it. It's just as I remember, such delicate line work. I'm going to blame that prince for noticing the dresses before the girl. They really are so beautiful. Come to think of it, the way this prince is drawn. Oh no. His short, fluffy hair, his gentle features reminds me of... Periwinkle closes the book in a panic. That was dangerous. I can't even risk even thinking his name. Ugh. And there's even a later chapter where he's dressed in servant's clothing. There are too many parallels. Periwinkle rolls across his bed and slides the book back into place on his bookshelf. This isn't fair. How can one of my most beloved series be off limits in my time of need? He scans through the different titles once more before landing on a 12-volume series. I remember this one as clearly. But as an all-girls story, it should be safe. You got a Yuri? Pulls out a new book from his shelf and quietly immerses himself in a fictional world. All girls could be Yuri, or it could just be like slice of life something. Before I knew it, I'd finished reading all 12 volumes. The whole day had flown by. I couldn't help but keep turning the pages. The story was so much better than I remembered. The protagonist was nothing to write home about, but her childhood friend, oh, what a moving character arc. She's more charismatic from the start, the kind of person you'd think has it all figured out, but you couldn't be more wrong. Over the course of the series, she goes through so many love interests. Back in the day, I had assumed it was because the author couldn't make up their mind. But reading it all at once, it must have been planned from the beginning. These doomed relationships are mere self-sabotage, distraction from pursuing her one true love. She never realizes the obvious answer until the very end. What an emotional finale. She finally confesses, and the two girls share their first kiss. It is a Yuri. How adorable. Ah, the fireworks. Can anything be more romantic? Her tears of happiness, finally being honest with herself and her best friend. How lovely. The well of loneliness that is her character was portrayed so flawlessly. She's the most real of them all. Ending the story any other way would have been an injustice. She deserves the world. I own this author's follow-up series as well, don't I? Time to get some snacks and start searching for it. Can't resist diving in right away. Operation Escape Reality Day 3. Periwinkle continued to read. And read. And read. Until he heard a knock on the door. Pastel? No, that isn't his knock. Oh, wait. I was trying to forget about him. Though I suppose it means I was successful for a while. I even forgot that I was avoiding something to begin with. When he opens the door, Periwinkle is greeted by a small crowd of his friends and acquaintances. Himbo Witch! Periwinkle, get dressed, we're hitting the clubs. Wow, the whole cavalry's arrived. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to decline. Tonight isn't going to work for me. What? But no one's seen you in ages. You haven't abandoned us for a new scene, have you? Oh, nothing like that. I've just been a little preoccupied, thinking about a little adorable peach-scented pastel. I'm taking some time to myself at the moment. Nothing wrong with a little self-care, but are you sure you don't want to come out and enjoy the nightlife? Oh, I don't know. I've fallen so behind on my work. Choosing work over getting laid? Now I know something's wrong with you. How offensive. I have more going on than just going out and flirting with everyone I meet. Of course. I do appreciate the invitation, though. Thank you for thinking of me. We just had to come and make sure you were still alive. The clubs are lonely without you. I'll have to make my grand return some other time then. Have a lovely evening. The group waves goodbye and disappears into the night. It's been a while since I had to turn them down. Periwinkle leans back against the door and sighs. Definitely not in any state to go clubbing right now. No matter how much it warms my heart to know that I am missed, I won't be making the same mistake as the other night. Can't go recklessly diving into the comforting arms of another as long as my mind is still hung up on Pastel. How long will I remain in this state? Shutting myself away, binge reading comics. These were emergency measures. I can't avoid the outside world forever. In any case, shouldn't Pastel be returning here at some point? From where we left off, I'd have expected him to come knocking as soon as possible. And yet, it's been 3 full days now, hasn't it? How long could he possibly abstain from my touch? Or something wrong? Shouldn't be thinking about any of this, but beginning to feel annoyed, confused. If he never comes back, I suppose my problem would go away on its own. But I hate the thought of that. As things are now, I'd only be haunted by thoughts of what I could have done wrong. What is my plan then? Continue to ping pong back and forth between these extreme emotional states? He rubs his eyes in exhaustion. I'll worry about this tomorrow. Periwinkle steps back into his room and tucks himself in the bed with his books. But an hour later, another knock comes. This time, the pattern is unmistakable. Pastel is here. Well. So he's come after all. Despite all my hard work of trying to forget, I've actually been waiting for this moment, haven't I? Yeah. I don't care what these feelings might mean anymore. I'm tired of fighting them. I just want Pastel. He opens the door, and sure enough, Pastel is the one he finds standing there. Hi! Oh, your cute little V-neck. Why, good evening, and what could have possibly come for at this hour? To, pick up where we left off the other night, maybe? It's about time. Come in. Sorry, I meant to come see you again sooner. I had a few things to sort out before I... Hush now, that's not where we left off at all, was it? Huh? Yeah, I guess not. I'm more interested in how you got me home that night. You see, the last thing I remember is sitting on that bench. Well, I was having a hard time waking you up, so I just ended up carrying you the whole way by yourself. I mean, having a broom to ride helped a lot. Periwinkle closes in. We rode it together then. That was the easiest way, yes. You must have held me close, so I wouldn't fall. I did? Putting your hands all over me. I didn't feel you up while you were unconscious. Oh. He gives him a big kiss. Oh. I was only kidding. But you also changed my clothes. Because I thought you were more comfortable that way. It was an innocent gesture. I can't believe you saw my bare chest. I've already seen it. Kya! Pastel suddenly lifts him by the waist and hoists him over his shoulder. Pastel! Please handle me more delicately. When they reach the bed, Pastel falls backwards onto it, taking Periwinkle with him. Aww. They pause there for a moment, laughs fading into soft breaths. You forgot to turn the light off. Well, can't get up now. How can he be so impatient after making me wait for so long? Oh well. Aww. Chapter 6. Longing. Oh, it's so good. I awake to a rustling sound. My bed is empty again, but when I roll over, Pastel is there, standing in front of my chest. In front of my closet. I sit up, rubbing the eyes from my sleep, rubbing the sleep from my eyes. He's holding a box. As he lifts it to the top shelf, its contents shifts, making a clattering noise. Utterly confused as to what he's doing, I finally call out to him. Pastel? Sorry, I didn't break anything, I promise. What are you doing in my closet? Huh? You said I could clean up. Huh? Oh, is there anything I wouldn't agree to in my sleep? I'm sorry, I thought you were awake when I asked. I'll stop. It's fine. I just didn't expect to wake up to you rifling through my things. That wasn't really my intention. I just felt like organizing stuff. What do people normally do on the morning after? I guess I should have made breakfast. You've never stayed for the morning afters. That makes sense. Oh, it's so sweet. Yeah, morning after, it depends on if you are wanting to be a good couple or not or something. Gay boys tend to skip sometimes, but if you're with a lesbian, there is a non-zero chance that they make you a full breakfast and have a day planned out for you if you aren't going to work. Oh, I want to eat pancakes. Great, I'll make you some. You know how to make pancakes? Pastel practically bolts from the room to get started on cooking. Oh, Pastel. Looking around the room, he did much more than organize my closet. Oh yeah, it looks great. The books I've been reading were all tucked back into their proper places on the bookshelf. The clothes that had been strewn across the floor or otherwise left hanging in my ridiculous places now sat in the hamper waiting to be washed. Even the pile of unfolded laundry that I had previously abandoned was now absent, properly folded and placed into appropriate drawers by Pastel. In a word, I'm in awe. How long has he been at this? And all while I slept? Shouldn't even be possible. I have so much more floor space than I remembered. How did he manage to do that? Periwinkle puts on a fresh pair of pajamas and walks out to the kitchen in a daze. Hey! Pancakes are ready. Ooh! Is it too soon to say I love you? Please enjoy. Periwinkle takes a seat at a table and digs in. They're delicious. Perfectly light and fluffy, the optimal amount of syrup and whipped cream. Every bite is so heavenly I could cry. I've never felt so emotional over food. What has this boy done to me? I was right about him being the culinary type. I didn't think I could get to try his cooking so soon. It's a surprise attack. He even, how did he get those? How did those get there? I have to ask. Pastel, where did you get those strawberries? Oh, I saw you had some jam, so I used a little magic to change its form. You changed jam back into fruit? Is this okay? Maybe I should have asked first. I do remember you like strawberries, so... Is there any limit to how thoughtful one can be? It's more than okay. This is the best breakfast I've ever had. I'm sure you're exaggerating. They're just pancakes with, strawberries I made from scratch. Careful, my sweet. If you say it like that, I'm going to start asking you to cook my every meal. Fine, you got me. They're special gourmet pancakes I could only whip up every once in a while. Lucky me. Periwinkle finishes his pancakes while Pastel begins washing the dishes. This may just be the most spoiled I've ever felt. Being with Pastel is like getting caught in an endless whirlwind of positive feelings. No wonder I've been obsessed with him. This boy is dangerously kind. I mean, he's taking care of you. It's kinda like you like him, and he likes you. Maybe you should talk about that. Just a thought. After these past few emotionally tumultuous days, how could I possibly turn away from his comfort? Periwinkle rests his elbows on the table, head tilted into his palm as he watches Pastel in his kitchen. Out of curiosity, earlier, before I woke up, what made you ask to start cleaning my room? Oh, I noticed it was getting harder to walk around. I think I stepped on some of your clothes when I, carried you in there last night. Sorry. That's nothing to apologize for. It was fun. Anyway, I feel a little bad about it. So I figured, if I'm going to be coming back here so often, I might as well help clean. Oh. I'm not getting myself, am I? Sorry, I didn't mean... Not at all. Startled by a sudden outburst, Pastel stops what he's doing. Silly Pastel. You're always welcome here. Aww. Well, thank you. Oh, fine. Okay, now I'll admit it. I'm stupidly, desperately, absolutely, ridiculously in love with Pastel. Yay! All of the gay fingerlings. Yay! Yay! There, I said it. Or at least, I'm going to say it to myself. At least I'm saying it to myself. I'll accept this. Pastel is incredible. Who wouldn't fall for him? I don't want anyone else anymore. I've been poisoned by this perfect boy. The problem now is what to do about it. Weird question, but would you want to, date you? Yes. Clean the rest of your house together? Huh? It'll be more fun than it sounds, and if you get bored, we could do something else. Pastel. I just thought if we did it together, you'd get a say in where everything goes, so nothing ends up getting lost. Pastel. And it's totally fine if you don't want me to go through your stuff anymore. We really don't have to. Pastel, it's fine. I think it's a lovely idea. Really? Yes, in fact, I'd appreciate your help. One thing or another has always come up when I try to clean on my own. I'm simply useless at it. Then, I'll take the lead. I wanted to start with these boxes by the couch. Pastel already had a plan for everything, it seemed. His energy was contagious. He was right that it would be fun. It was entertaining, even just watching him go. To see him dart around the room so energetically, finding the perfect place for every little thing. He truly has a talent for organization. Meanwhile, I was mostly playing the role of assistant. He would ask for my input every now and then, or instruct me to place something he found somewhere across the room. He made little decisions like that so easy. If it were me, I'd get stuck on every one. But he saw everything through effortlessly. It was nothing short of amazing. And so, in a few short hours... Oh, wow! Yeah, that's different. The entire house had become neat and tidy. Okay, I think I'm satisfied, you? Don't you think you deserve to be rewarded for all your hard work? I should have seen that one coming. But no, not now. I should actually get going. You won't stay. Promise Gumdrop I'd be back for the afternoon shift. She'll start to worry if I don't come back soon. I'll save your reward for next time then. Pastel slips on his jacket and shoes. Just before he leaves, he turns back to face Periwinkle. By the way, I was thinking... Yes? There's some days my friends travel out of town for alchemy stuff. So if you ever wanted to drop by while I'm working on those days, I think that'd be okay. That's, the most I could do right now. Sorry. I'll gladly take you up on that. I'd love to keep you company. Great. Okay then. Oh, Pastel gives him a quick peck on the cheek before saying goodbye and walking out the door. Oh, what was all that? It was extremely domestic. I couldn't be imagining things, can I? He said it was okay to come and visit him? Has to mean something, doesn't it? Periwinkle begins pacing around the room. Now, let's not get carried away. This is a delicate situation. Dropping these intense feelings onto him out of nowhere may only serve to scare him off. Neither of us was looking for a committed relationship from the beginning, and that was made explicitly clear early on. However, that doesn't control your feelings. You can grow to like someone. And yet, he isn't playing fair. My heart can't take this. Periwinkle throws himself into the couch dramatically. There's no way I'll be able to stop thinking of him now. Even being at home has become a reminder in and of itself. Everything is nice because of him, and now I'm suffering. This is simply too much. There has to be a way for me to safely indulge in these romantic feelings. These are fine as they are, progressing even. If I just let it run its natural course, then maybe we'll end up... what do I want out of this? A great question. That's something you should ask. What do you want? To to be with them forever. Me? I haven't had a single healthy long-term relationship in my entire life. Love isn't in the cards for someone like me. It's not quite true. Love could be, or love couldn't be, and it's honestly it's not something that just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it can't happen. I can't even recognize myself right now. Sigh. Calm down. I'm overreacting again. Nothing has effectively changed just yet. Can't keep fighting myself on this. I'm in love with Pastel, no matter what it entails. That's the reality. He still isn't quite ready for me to meet his friends, which means there isn't any room to advance further at the moment. I have to be patient. At the very least, I hope accepting all this lets my magic return to normal. I need a nap. I'm going to pause this here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. I love you all. And I'll see you next time. Bye.